from the provincial government, from the municipal government. Thank you for attending. This afternoon, or this morning, as the Master of Ceremonies, I'm Doug Hadley. Our bugler today and trumpet player is Art Black. Our piper is Derek Smith. Our speaker will be Andrew Wilkie. And of course, the most important people here are the students that we will have. Welcome all. To start with, I'd like to have the traditional welcome, as we are on the grounds of the Matsqui heritage people. So I now call on
Kwasai. Elatis Mukhwat. Melissa give out. It's blinking at me. Melissa Eptel Squig Talisa Quamath Qui Castamet Catla. Kwasai Tlachiochai Tilawale. Skakach to Mathquis All Tomach. Good morning, everyone. My name is Melissa Epp. I'm the Education Coordinator for Matsqui First Nation, and my father's from Metlakatla First Nation. I thank you all for asking me to be here today to welcome you to the traditional and unceded territories of my people, the Matsqui people. I just want to state how important days like today are for the kiddos to remember those who have fought for us. I am a proud great-granddaughter of a veteran. My great-grandfather fought in World War II. He was captain of his platoon. And I want his stories to carry on and live on, even when I'm gone. So days like today are super important to learn the stories and the sacrifices that our veterans have made. With saying that, I would like to take a brief moment, as per our cultural traditions, to welcome you all to our territory with a song. So today I'm going to share with you the Matsqui song before we get started. Kwasai.
Thank you. We now have our national anthem played by the bugler, the piper, and your good voices. and we won't drop the puck. Okay, for the history of the veterans buried here at Aberdeen, I now call on Mr. Andrew Wilkie.
Good morning and welcome to Aberdeen Cemetery, located on the traditional territory of the Stilo people, serving the community for 132 years. The last resting place for over 1,500 souls, of which 71 are veterans, whom we will honor today. They served during war and during peacetime. The stories of our veterans go beyond a name, a rank, and a serial number. They were real people who lived in the community. They worked as farmers, machinists, mechanics, carpenters, engineers, politicians. They owned stores and buildings, gas stations, and they taught at our schools. They were fathers and mothers, brothers and sisters. They literally put their lives on hold to serve the country and fight for freedom. They knew the risks, and we owe them a great deal of gratitude and honor. As you look around the cemetery today, you will see the flags indicating where a veteran is buried. At each marker, you will see a biographical card that outlines their military service, as well as a photo of them and a short paragraph about their life. You cannot sum up the life of a person in a paragraph, but it will give you a little glimpse into the life of a real person who sacrificed so much for us. When you place your poppy stones, be sure to read about who they were and reflect on their story. They were people like Philip Jackman Sr. He was a sapper with the Royal Engineers, and he arrived in Canada in 1859. He was a pioneer, a farmer, served as mayor. He was also the fisheries inspector of the area, and he walked all the way to the Fraser River for inspections. There's also Winston Lipsey, who served with the Royal Canadian Air Force in World War II as an airplane mechanic. He and his wife Marion, they were married for 70 years, and they owned Lipsey Esso Service Station in the 1950s. There's George Hamilton MacDonald, who served with the Canadian Field Artillery in World War I. After the war, he farmed in Aldergrove and even became the postmaster. He also served in World War II with the Army Postal Service. There's Joseph Alexander Hamilton, who joined the Canadian Navy in 1940, and he served in the North Atlantic on several ships. Joseph worked in coastal logging, pile driving, and deep sea diving. He also helped build the George Massey Tunnel. There's also the twin sisters, Jean Shanks and Lena Lawrence, who enlisted in the Canadian Women's Army Corps in World War II. Jean later married and raised 3 children. Lena was an active member of the Legion. We have veterans from Great Britain and the United States here as well. We even have one veteran that served in the American Civil War, and he became Aldergrove's first customs officer. So to the young people here today, use your curiosity to learn about those who came before us and share those stories with your friends and family to keep their memory alive. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. I now call on the students and to read out the veterans' names. Who's read?
Do they want to
First?
Do they want to move this forward?
William George Allen, Hubert John Black, Chester John Brusky, William Taylor Burgess, Alexander Frederick Carmichael, Colin Wood Carmichael, James Andrew Carmichael, Jack Francis Cloak, Abraham Marshall Cronkite, Wallace Marcus Danvers, Joseph Dominic de Brincat, Nicholas Edmund Maxim de Dillick. Charles Gordon Driver, Harold William Endicott, William Elbridge Endicott, Orville Henry, Carl Henry Ickerson, James Frederick Ickerson, Edward William Isles, John Francis Ferguson, William Alfred Franklin, James Gibbs, James Albert John Gibson, Roy Meredith
Arthur Edward Kesson Goldsmith, John Jack Edward Griffins, Joseph Alexander Hamilton, Abe Harms, Alban Hawkins, Herbert William Henry, Matthew Higginson, Alan Henry Hiltout, Ernest Cunliffe Ingham, Philip Jackman Sr., Eric Hubert Carefoot, Albert Theodore Larson.
Lena Lawrence, Thomas William Lehman, Winston Lena Lipsy, Robert August Locken, John Marr Gottfried Lungberg, Harold John Maxey, Russell George McDonald, Russell McDonald, Georgie Hamilton McDonald, Frank McMath, Matthew McMath Sr., Samuel Kennedy McMath.
Thank you.
Frederick Thomas Monk, Nels Edwin Nelson, Peter Nelville, James Nicholas, George Audie, Oyston Beerton Orwick, Winston Tony Przlowski, Orton Richard Redmond, William Hugh Refosse, Lloyd Gidsby Ross, Burton Nero Ross, Carl Vernon Ross, Gene Shanks.
Clarence Cloverdale Sherlock, Hans Jacob Segrist, Gregory Bernard Spoonmore, Gregory Albert Sutton, Joseph Saz, Robert Topper, William Henry Veneta, Carl Gustav Vesterback, Edward Wysick, Patricia Diane Wysick, Charles Peter Wilson.
Thank you. Excellent job, ladies and gentlemen. We now have the last post. We will now have a two-minute silence so you can reflect on relatives, friends who have passed on. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We'll remember them. And now I have somebody to read Flanders Fields.
In Flanders Field by John McCrae. In Flanders Field the poppies blow, between the crosses row and row, the marketplace and in the sky. The lark is still bravely signing fly, scarce heard amid the guns below. We're the dead. Short day ago we lived, full down, saw sunset glow.
Loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw the torch, be yours to hold it high. If you break faith with us who died, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields.
Thank you. And now the most important part, to get the students out around and placing the poppies on the grave sites.
Go.
Okay.
Go. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. You didn't have to say that. I have the same copy as you. I have the same thing as you.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.